Today, I'm going to go over some of the Amazon finds that I would absolutely buy again. These are my tried and true, my absolute favorites. I have 10 non-sponsored items all linked in the description box below, and the last one is probably my favorite, so let's get started. So these items aren't in any particular order, but to kick us off, I'm starting with the one that is most used in my kitchen, and it's the OXO Good Grips 11-pound stainless steel kitchen scale with the pull-out display. I absolutely love this scale. I recommend it all the time. While it is a little bit pricey, it's about $65 on Amazon, it frequently goes on sale, and in my opinion, it is worth the investment. Some of the best features are the fingerprint resistant stainless steel. The construction's great. You obviously can tear it to zero. It lets you reset the weight before adding any additional ingredients. The display's the best part. It's large, it's easy to read. You can actually pull it out when you have larger bowls. You have a removable weighing platform, makes it easy for cleaning. Multiple unit options with ounces, pounds, grams, kilograms. It's just a great scale. Like I said, hands down, one of the best food scales I've ever used. It's incredibly user-friendly, accurate, and easy to clean. I've had mine for years, and if for some reason it just stopped working, I wouldn't hesitate to buy this exact one again. The next item is actually a silicone whisk by Rosalie. Honestly, if you had asked me 5 years ago whether I cared what kind of whisk I used, I probably would have said no. But after using this one, I can honestly say I will always keep a silicone flat whisk in my kitchen. This has become my go-to whisk for almost everything. One of the reasons I love it so much is that I never have to worry about it actually scratching my bowls or the cookware the way you might see traditional stainless steel whisks or forks do. It has a sturdy stainless steel handle paired with a flexible silicone wires, giving you the best of both worlds, to be honest. It's the perfect size, incredibly comfortable to hold. I find that the flat design does a great job of reaching the sides of bowls and incorporating ingredients evenly. I also love using it when I'm transferring batter or mixture into like a loaf pan because it makes scraping down the sides of the bowls so much easier. I have owned this exact whisk for about 6 years, use it consistently, and it still looks almost brand new. It's one of those simple kitchen tools that I reach for all the time, and I highly recommend it. The third item on the list should come as no surprise. I always want to have access to an air fryer. Right now, I am loving my Cosori Iconic Air Fryer, but I did recently test the Cosori Turbo Blaze, and honestly, I was really impressed with that one as well. If you're interested in the Turbo Blaze, it's actually going to be a part of the Amazon Prime Days from June 23rd through June 26th of 2026. One thing I really appreciate about these air fryers is that they feature PFA-free ceramic-coated interiors. When it comes to air fryers, I have two non-negotiables. It needs to cook well, and it needs to be made of materials that I feel good using. Of course, there are plenty of air fryer brands out there, so I do recommend doing your own research, but overall, I can confidently recommend both of these models. They're easy to use. I like the basket locking design. I think they look great on a countertop. Most importantly, they do exactly what I want an air fryer to do. They create a crispy, fried texture with much less oil. It's an easy way to make meals a little bit lighter while still getting great results. As long as it's a non-toxic option, I'm a huge fan of air frying, and both of these Cosori models have earned a spot on my recommendation list. The fourth item is another kitchen utensil, but it's one that has such a unique design that I had to include it on the list. It's the Wooden House 12-inch flat teak spatula set. They are BPA-free, heat-resistant wooden cooking utensils, and they come in a set of 2 for around $20. I love this item so much that I actually started giving it as a gift because it's both beautiful and incredibly practical. What I love the most is how versatile it is. It's fantastic for scraping the bottom of pots and pans, stirring sauces, and getting into corners of cookware. I use it all the time with my Le Creuset enamel-coated cast iron because I never have to worry about it scratching the enamel. I've also used it with traditional cast iron, stainless steel cookware, and they perform great across the board. They clean up easily, feel comfortable in your hand, and have become one of my most reached for utensils in my kitchen. So the fifth item on the list is actually a group of items. It's my cutting boards. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you've probably noticed that I'm a little obsessed with the TeakHaus brand. They offer a wide variety of cutting boards, but I originally discovered them after one of their boards was named the top pick for America's Test Kitchen. I do own that specific board, and it's been fantastic. It's the perfect size for my kitchen, large enough to give me plenty of prep space without taking up a ton of my countertop space. One of the reasons I like TeakHaus boards so much is that they're made of teak wood, which is naturally rich in oils and highly resistant to moisture. The professional series boards are crafted with 100% FSC certified teak, and I find that they hold up beautifully while still being gentle on my knives. A few of the boards I personally own are older styles and they're no longer available, but that's one of the things I love about this brand. They have so many different options. Whether you're looking for something modern, traditional, large, small, thick, lightweight, they literally have a board that would fit any of your needs and your kitchen aesthetic. There are definitely a lot of great cutting boards on the market, but whenever I need one, I always find myself coming back to TeakHaus. They've consistently been some of my favorite kitchen tools to use, and they're a brand that I recommend all the time. Now, I do want to take a minute and remind you to subscribe to the channel, like this video if you enjoy videos going over kitchen appliances like this. It just helps me know what you guys want to see. The next item is one that I use almost daily. I don't use it as much on the channel. It is my Beast blender. I pretty much make a smoothie almost every single day for fiber, with veggies and fruits, and it's just an easy way to get it in. And this has been the best blender I have ever owned. It is so fast. It has a pulsating feature where it'll slow down and speed back up to really make sure that it blends it very, very well. My smoothies and blending my vegetables so much easier. And it blends it so well that even those that don't taste all that great still are easier to get down. The seventh item that I would absolutely replace is my digital thermometer. This thing has been so convenient to have to check any type of temperature, whether it's meat, bread, if I needed to even check the inside of my fridge because I thought it wasn't working. It just is a great tool to have. There are so many on the market. The one that I particularly have is no longer available, but I will link the one that has the best reviews on Amazon. But overall, excellent thing to have in your kitchen, and I would replace mine immediately. Now, this next product has actually become one of my favorites to use. It's a jar opener. It makes things so easy opening these jars, especially if you're a canner. If you're a canner, I feel like this is just something you should have. Before this, I was actually taking a butter knife and trying to open the jar lids, and now I have this, and it is so easy and simple. It's fairly inexpensive. Usually they're under $15. The one that I bought is no longer available, but I will link the best one that I can find. My mom has these. I have these. It's pretty small, doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's just honestly makes opening these jars so easy. My ninth favorite find is actually a mini food processor. I currently own the Ninja 16-ounce mini food processor, but my mom has the Cuisinart 24-ounce version. Honestly, they're both great options. If I were buying it again though, I'd probably choose the Cuisinart simply because the extra capacity is nice to have without making the machine feel much bigger. One of the things I love most about a mini food processor is how convenient it is compared to the full-size model. It's easier to store, easier to clean, and much quicker to pull out for everyday tasks. In fact, I find myself reaching for this far more often than my large Cuisinart food processor, even if it means processing something in 2 batches. As someone who likes to blend or finely chop vegetables into sauces, soups, and other recipes, this little appliance gets used all the time. It's perfect for making salsa, small batches of hummus, whipped cottage cheese for topping of pasta dishes, homemade dressings, pestos, and so much more. Really, anytime you're making a smaller batch or just need enough for 1 or 2 people, a mini food processor is the perfect tool. It's one of those kitchen gadgets that doesn't seem like a necessity until you own one, and then you end up using it all the time. The 10th and final item on the list should come as no surprise, and honestly it may be my favorite item of them all, a bread machine. I currently use the KBS 17-in-1 bread machine, but I also have experience using my mom's Zojirushi bread machine. Both are fantastic machines, and having a bread machine has completely changed the way I work in my kitchen. I make almost all of my bread at home now, from everyday sandwich loaves to freshly milled flour breads, dinner rolls, sub rolls, hamburger buns, breadsticks, and even my own pizza dough. There are so many things that you can do with a bread machine beyond just making a basic loaf of bread. Many models also have jam and yogurt and other specialty recipes that you can work with. What I love most is the convenience. Bread making can be incredibly rewarding, but it also can be time consuming. A bread machine takes care of the mixing, the kneading, the rising, all for you, making homemade bread much more approachable, especially for a busy family life. Another benefit is you have complete control over the ingredients that go into your bread. Whether you're trying to avoid certain additives, using freshly milled flour, accommodating dietary needs, or simply enjoying homemade bread, it's nice knowing exactly what is in every single loaf that you make. At the end of the day, I think that's why I love bread machines so much. They make something that can feel a bit complicated and time intensive incredibly simple. You get the taste and satisfaction of homemade bread without having to spend hours in the kitchen. While I highly recommend bread machines in general, both the KBS and the Zojirushi models have been wonderful in my experience. I will link the comparison video between the two below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if there's any products that you'd like me to test in future videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, thanks, bye.